We'll see. TNC has surprised many throughout this tournament, coming in 5-5 into day number 3. Shots of upper bracket glory awaiting them.
Let's see if they can pull it off up against OG, a team a lot of people had pegged to take #1 in this tournament. I was one of those people. TNC will smoke, so let's do our predictions quickly. Player with the most D-Wars by 15 minutes in.
Demon or Crit? I'll go with Demon.
I'm going to go with Crit.
I'm going with Demon because he has 2 sentries.
I have a gold card in my player things for Crit, so I believe in him.
Which team will win?
I lean towards OG. Their draft just looks so much better.
Ancient Camp Sack, this one could be a fair amount.
Don't really have... I suppose the Axe would clear it, but it's by 30 minutes.
6 through 10. With most Roshan kills. OG.
I don't know if anyone even... Yeah, just because they're dire. So TNC managed to get up into the dire jungle, while OG wait over at their own secret shop. The only person slightly out is No Tail, as he heads over towards the top lane.
Both teams have pretty much placed mirror wards. OG, there's not a cliff on the Radiant jungle like the convenient ward spot on TNC, but it is a very similar ward.
Both are able to see when someone's going to come out of the jungle if they were farming, and bring support to the safe lane.
The battle begins.
So how the lane's going to match up? It looks like it will be Miracle in the mid. Moon's gone Iron Talon to start with. What a surprise. For the Axe. So if he wants to, he can go directly into the jungle. He actually fails. Oh, no, he didn't fail on the block. He got the range creep in the front. So yeah, he's going to go directly into the jungle, and that leaves a defensive lane with Dro. Phoenix is on the off lane, going to be supporting the Slaughter, which pushes the Tinker into the mid lane. And then down to the bottom, it will be the Terrorblade. And Terrorblade having a complete free lane. And Phoenix, no one will be down there for him.
Doing a creep pull. Pretty important for the start, although he did not get the range creep. And the range creep will... Oh, that is not good.
Is Crit also trying to stop that creep wave so it doesn't keep the aggro?
They already lost the range creep. That's a big loss. And this would be a lot better if Sam actually had an Iron Talon at this point, but maybe not looking to really contest. And Miracle already forcing a salve out of Cuckoo.
At least Cuckoo has extra CS in the mid. He got 3 extra creeps, all dragged all the way down to the mid lane.
It's pretty nice. Always a luxury.
Good for him. Crit, as well as EU, able to say hello to each other. There's a quick dive away. Only arrow was leveled up.
And Moon already got that D ward on that high ground ward. Easy money for him. And he has to feel pretty safe jungling. There's not really good heroes to interrupt him. Phoenix is like okay, but he's already at half HP and not that much reach and a boot. He will stop Crit from going deep into the Radiant side.
I'm wondering if TNC is still okay with this. Like, you're still having a Terrorblade having a free farm lane. Your SD is doing a pretty decent job of pulling across. So Demon's managed to find 2.5 levels in just under 2 minutes. Tinker's having a decent time in the mid lane. Like it's 9 to 10-3 up against a 5-1 Invoker. Invoker will have a hard time just because of the laser.
And that creep pull.
Yep. It's going to get a little bit harder now. Cuckoo's managed to get his bottle up and running. And Miracle's just going raw consumables on his Invoker. And the Phoenix is coming over. Oh, Moon's actually so low. Right now, Phoenix going to Icarus dive forward and back down again. He looks for the Courier as well. Both of them hardly get a Moon. Oh, he turns. He gets the call spin and Phoenix will drop.
Wow, if only he were level 2 right there. He would have been able to do so much more.
That's a little heartbreaking. That could have been a fantastic start for TNC, able to kill off an Axe who was almost level 4. That would have been really big levels as well for the Phoenix.
Yeah, that chicken snap would have helped him out greatly. But
if he had his sprites,
Sunray would have killed him. You don't get sprites at 2. Come on, Toby.
Hey, I'd think of what allows him to get both llamas as well as axes.
Yeah, what?
A llama courier.
Oh.
Icarus dive into the mid lane. This time Sunstrike though, almost perfectly onto Cuckoo. And Phoenix, he gets a Sunray, and there goes Miracle, gets burnt down.
And narrowly misses a Sunstrike. Nice forward stepping by Cuckoo to dodge that. Demon trying to play a little bit greedy on bottom, 3.5 on him, much higher than the 2.5 of his counterpart Fly.
That's because he just left to the bottom lane all by himself just to pull. Crit's going to come in and try and run interference. Cuckoo. Sunstrike again off target here from Miracle. Trying to be as aggressive as he can up against the Tinker, and Tinker still needing to have his bottle. Looks like Cuckoo's going to go all the way back to home. He bought up a TP scroll in his boots.
Phoenix needs to leech the XP while he's gone. Will help him out a lot. He's only level 2 right now, and he missed a large stack. He missed it.
That's actually so big when Cuckoo's leveling up March of the Machines as well. But they really need to have this farm quickly just flood into Cuckoo.
Yep, not going for the typical 2-2-1 build. Oh, okay. Demon trying to wrap around. There is Moon there. He did drop an Observer Ward, and OG are none the wiser.
Moves into the tree lines. Raven cleaning up the creep wave pretty nicely. The SD throwing poison on the crit. He could potentially be disrupting Raven as well. Giving him a couple more as, okay, Demon, does he want to have a crack at Moon? He keeps the poison going. Moon blocked in by the creep wave. Doesn't really, okay, he's got to path up into Demon, but then the disruption. Off again, Moon, he has a small path out. The arrow, it connects on Demon. Moon for the quick call. The Sunray is coming in. They've already found the kill onto the SD. And Phoenix can't keep the Sunray on top of the axe. And with level 6 by 5 minutes, Moon will pick up a double kill. Terrorblade can't find him either with that bonus movement speed. Moon was just able to outrun Raven.
Some Jimmy plays right there. Hiding in the trees, trying to get the shadow poison from the north to the south, but that is just not ideal positioning. He's like walked into a choke with an axe on top of him, and he has no place to dodge the arrow.
That was very odd by Cuckoo. He was challenging Miracle, who was very healthy, hadn't used any abilities in the recent time, so he still had both Cold Snap as well as Sunstrike. And Tinker had maybe 20% of his life. It was 2 Cold Snap triggers from Miracle.
And Invoker has Drought Aura. He's hitting for like 135 right now. No Tail, pretty happy, just farming away in this top lane. Giving Sam a little bit of CS, but not too much. And we see a Smoke, Moon, Crit, and Fly looking to get rid of this pesky Terrorblade. Does not have meta up for 40, so highly unlikely he'll get a return kill, and Fly trying to figure out where he is. Smoke is going to pop in just a second. There it goes.
Yep, X marks it up. They'll put him in the exact position for Moon just to walk over. They get the Torrent first, into the call. Sunstrike coming in from Miracle. Doesn't hit perfectly, but it won't matter. Moon with his second Culling Blade kill of the game. And OG having 4 heroes, no tell, TP'd off the top lane to guarantee that tier 1 tower and bottom lane should drop.
What's the most concerning thing to me is that Tinker currently has 58 gold. He is just
he's also
broke as a
dead.
bloke.
One more attack from Miracle should do it. Oh, Laser, the mischance, throws down the ice wall, and Cuckoo with the March of the Machines. Demon's trying to help out with the poison. Now they bring in help, and Miracle in a little bit too deep. It looked like Cuckoo was done for.
Surprised he went for the ice wall there. I guess, yeah, if the ice wall had hit, then maybe he could have, but that was...
maybe he had to walk up the hill as well and throw down the ice wall, so he couldn't chase him there. So he's looking for the earlier trigger.
And Moon,
they
start stealing this stack.
Yeah, so big. When he steals it, look at his money already. Just 7 minutes in, he's cracked over 4k net worth, and he's only a couple of hundred away from having his Blink Dagger. Demon will come over, realize it, but then he gets hit by an arrow. This gives me another kill off the Culling Blade, a third one now for Moon, and it's a 7.5 minute Blink Dagger for Moon.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Not too shabby at all. Cuckoo might also be in trouble, no tell. Okay, you're under Martial Machines and you get hit by a high level laser. OG want to bail out.
Surprised he hasn't gotten his treads.
Nice
no.
arrow. A level 3 Starstorm, as well as the extra hit. Throw Ranger helps out. And now the Tinker, a little bit too far up. The Torrent, it's almost going to connect, but the Sunstrike from Miracle will hit, allowing No-Tail to finish the job at TNC. This is a disastrous start for them to this series, especially when another Gust connects on Demon. The Cold Arrow to slow him down, and he comes through once again with the Blink Dagger into the tongue. It is 9-2 in favor of OG, and they just keep pushing like the little engine that could.
That's demoralizing, to say the least, when you see that the Axe has Tranquils and Blink Dagger in
Radiant's
8
middle
minutes
tower is
time.
under attack.
And yeah, their lineup doesn't seem like it's gonna get off the ground for a little bit.
Radiant's
Their
bottom
T1s,
tower is under
T2s
attack.
falling all over the place.
Radiant's bottom tower.
It's
has
just so much
fallen.
money. Like, Notel can buy a straight Dragonlance if he wants
Dire's
to.
top
Instead,
tower is under attack.
okay, so we finished the Hand of Midas on Miracle and a Yasha is the choice here from Notel. Even before he finishes his treads, he just buys a straight Yasha. Everyone's got everything. Moonlight Shadow from OG will now be triggered. No one was in range of any Observer Ward. And they're looking for the high ground. Moon, Blink, Call, finds Cuckoo, arrows coming in, Torrent as well, bring in the boat, they'll hit, the Tinker will drop. Another Culling Blade execution from Moon. And they're also going to find the triple stack of Ancients if they want to take that from TNC as well.
I don't even know why TNC bothers stacking it 3 times. They don't have any heroes that can take it out.
We had the same problem on day 1. Oh, Demon. He is in a world of hurt.
Radiant's middle tower
Culling
is
Blade
under
down.
attack.
11-2 on the board. What is our gold? It's okay. It's about 7.5 grand going the way of OG. About 5k on the experience.
Need to make sure that Tinker gets his BOTs. That is by far the most important thing that TNC can concentrate on this game. That means de-warding the large camps, which OG currently both have warded. He needs to feel safe enough to farm those, getting low, a little bit low with the Soul Ring and the Rearm, just making sure that they don't Moonlight Shadow in, making sure that Axe doesn't blink over there with Call. Make sure you have eyes on where OG are and farm up safely with your Tinker. He's still a very long ways away, 1,600 gold, and that's going to take 4 or 5 minutes at least of just uninterrupted farming, unless they get a lot of kills. But I don't really think you want to team fight. Maybe you do team fight pretty soon though. It's 10 minutes. I believe they have used a tome.
Who do you
And
kill,
Phoenix has an egg.
Everyone's just so damn tanky. You got Lifesteal, even on Notels, who sustains even better. He's kiting and doing Roshan pretty much solo at the moment.
They know.
Yeah,
This is it.
TNC's coming over. Crits in the neighborhood. Who else they got? They got Moon a little bit further up. The Observer will scout it out, and a double call off the arrow on the Demon with a Starfall coupling here. The Culling Blade way too early there from Moon. They'll get the Nova off. Mirana has dropped. Notal will go with him, and the Sunstrike will at least find the kill over on Demon. The Fly being stunned up by the end of the Supernova, allowing a double kill for Raven, and Roshan really low. They're buying back. OG, they have to defend this. Moon missing on the call. Lasered, hit pretty hard there by Raven. They turn on the Stun Ray, and Moon will drop a huge kill. Terribly getting almost 1,000 gold for that kill on what was a monster kill streak Axe, and they're still going for Roshan. OG have made a terrible, terrible mistake. As long as TNC can finish Roshan here, the full advantage goes their way.
I don't know why they only had one person inside the pit. That Roshan was so low. Is that like 15%?
They're coming in to fight again.
One more hero.
Damn.
Been okay.
Not certain about that one. Raven doesn't have his Thunder available. The Aegis Immortal will trigger. Needs no Metamorphosis. Miracle being purged up. They're going up for the Invoker. They're looking for Fly as well with Destruction. The Sun Ray turns on. They find one. They'll move over to Fly. Notel trying to help out by gusting that Phoenix back, silencing him up. So TNC, they don't get out of the pit. There's a lot of casualties, but wow.
That was a great fight.
Can't believe that TNC was able to stand that close after OG starting this game. Moon is also still looking for another kill. He's chasing Raven. There's no Invoker Sunstrike, so he won't have extra damage.
Fighting in a Terrorblade this early, even with just Dragonlance and Treads, is no joke. Now he gets a completed Yasha, and they had March of the Machines to protect the egg. I like the really safe egg, though, from Phoenix. Like, if the egg doesn't go off, you're probably going to lose the fight, but Moon had a pretty nice call there. They were all around that area, but Drow Ranger died way too quickly in the fight. Not enough damage on a Roche. TNC have to be happy with that maneuver.
I suppose that is the downside about Notel's build. Like, you build a Yasha and you get a Morbid Mask, don't even finish your Treads. You don't have a lot of strength behind the drone.
I think you just always build Treads regardless.
Yeah, on a draw it makes a lot of sense to do so, but he had like 2.5k gold.
Yeah, I think
so
you just buy it
straight
with
for
your
the
first.
Yasha.
You buy it with your first 900, and then you'll probably farm like 10% faster because of it, and it'll pay for most of it in maybe 20 minutes time, I would say. But maybe just trying to go for more agility. Yasha doesn't even provide that much more agility over the power treads, at least in a agility to gold ratio.
Smoke move coming out from OG. This is just after Fly was able to solo kill the Tinker on the top lane. They probably have to realize the Ancients are being done. They don't have any Observer Wards around for this. And the Radiant, in fact, just scanned. No one walked through it. The blink up, the call. It's over on Demon. Hasn't got enough to save him. The Torrent, the Gust, really stopping Fierce. He wanted to go straight to Icarus, dive Nova. But Raven, with the Thunder Miracle, loses almost all of his life. There's extra help from No-Tail on the low ground. The Fierce stop it. No, he's off to the trees. The Green Wave, he'll hold No-Tail in. Demon will find the kill, and OG lose 2 cores for killing off the Terrorblade. A goal for more, a double call from Moon, combining with Chris Leap into Starfall. Even the arrow connects. And Fly assists with a Torrent. So TNC, it looked like they had a really good trade up there for the fight, but then OG, they just mooned it.
Tinker, still not enough gold for BOTs right there. And that was a strange maneuver by OG in the sense that they weren't all together. He had a really important call on the support that you want to get, the Shadow Demon, but they had no damage to follow up. Invoker was coming out from the north side. Drow Ranger was trapped in that little nook, trying to attack from the low ground without a Dragon Lance.
Yeah, it seems odd.
But the Terrorblade did fall. He did buy his Manta style look like before it died, and that will be the Blink Dagger for Slaughter. So TNC finally starting to get their fighting items.
Yeah, they have some jump in initiation. Oh, looks like it was actually Demon.
Oh yeah.
My faith in Crit was misplaced. Moon and Fire, they're on the run again. They're gonna find a Terrorblade illusion, but they're smoked up. They realize with an Observer Ward exactly where Demon is. The Sunstrike, the ship, the Torrent. There's even an extra arrow flying in, but then one crush only hitting on Fly, and that means No-Tail, thanks to the Observer Ward vision, they can see the Slaughter. He's coming back into the Kunka with X-Mark's Torrent. Fly will pick up a double kill.
Okay, what's super scary is that Mirana almost had the X. This is about the timing that you would expect from a core Mirana, but this is a position 4 Mirana.
This is almost faster than Yapso had in the wildcards. Yapso had an 18-minute Axe.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Suppose when you also bring down almost every outer tower before the 20-minute mark.
Well, finally, the March spam will be incessant as Cuckoo starts casting them near the T2 tower. Moon looking for a call. He might get it.
He's getting hit.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
At least Tinko, she said, they can be a lot happier.
Is under attack.
Having BT's bottled and soaring is the start of bigger things for the Tinko. He actually TPing on top of the tower. Yeah, that was not going to be the thing.
Let's see if Raven can get this bottom tower. Nope. Playing it a very safe down there. You would go much harder on that tower. They saw most of them. However, there will be a 4-man smoke as soon as TB tees the middle lane.
Moonlight Shadow just triggers here from OG. Not underneath the Observer Ward when it happened.
They see that the DD is gone. They see Demon pinging out near the Dire Secret Shop.
Okay. How does Fly get that much money? 4 kills, 7 assists, and he's almost completed up a mech for his team.
They just don't die very often. Crit's only died once, Fly's only died twice.
Okay, heavy pings from OG. They are also aware of what's going on.
Look at Demon. Demon has 8 deaths.
Dire's structures are fortified.
I was wondering what this Radiant Courier is doing all the way up here. It was shopping at the Dire Secret Shop.
They had better control of that area. They noticed that TNC hadn't TP'd, or sorry, OG hadn't TP'd back to defend. Radiant's middle tower has fallen, and OG. I like how they stick together as a team. It's like not like one person panicking. Oh no, this TB is going to take down our tower. We need to do something about it. It's calm. It's calculated, and I also think a lot of it is on Terrorblade not forcing them to TB back. Like, he could have been hitting the T2 a minute ago, almost. But just giving OG the time and the space that they need, opening up that top area of the map. They have no T2s left.
They're looking towards Miracle on the bot lane. Not something Demon really wants to go for. He's gonna be careful if he runs to the... Okay, he just starts with Perch and a point up in Poison. That's not gonna do that much.
But all the TPs start coming through. Oh boy. Now they see the Mirana Axe. That's disheartening.
Yep. And that's the same time you finish up a Manta from the Terror Blade. It either becomes, I don't want to say useless because of the Mirana Axe, but those illusions don't last long. It's just become almost like a full core.
Man, No-Tail really likes saving up his gold. He's sitting at 2,600 right now. Could buy a Lance, could finish his Manta style. I guess he might even like go for an Eagle Horn. Eagle Song, rather.
I'm wondering what Moon's really waiting for. Like, he's farming up underneath his own Obs Ward. This will be brought down thanks to the fact there's a sentry. So now that vision from OG is gone from the Radiant Secret Shop.
Okay, so No-Tail has completed his Dragon Lance.
So finally a throw range with some good range. And Roshan's up in 5 seconds. That's a quick spawn. That's a really quick spawn. Roshan. And Fly's going to time it perfectly. Walks in, yo boys, we got lucky. Roshan very early up. Maybe this time they put more than one person in the pit.
Yeah, definitely maybe not thinking that it's lucky considering how the last Roshan fight went. And this time TNC have the Tinker who can spam marches around the pit. Last time he didn't really have that available to him because he didn't have BOTs at the time. But now, looks like they are going to commit a couple more heroes.
Yeah, Moon can tank through all of this. Vanguard plus Blade Mail plus Blink Dagger. Moon's ready for a fight straight after this Roshan. No-Tail also has a full helmet on. Plus his Dragon Lance and Yasha. Everyone's looking pretty damn good for items for OG. And Miracle's going to slip him. They'll probably just give the Aegis he wanted to him. That's exactly what they do. Protect your 9k.
Stack some more Ancients. Need 2 more.
Can they just push now, OG? You got Nagus Immortal. You got Dragon Lance up on No-Tail.
I don't think they have to sustain to deal with Max March Tinker. He doesn't have Max March yet, but it is level 3. They don't have Pipe, they don't have Mech completed, nor do they have Urn. So I think their lineup is much better suited for picking people off. But as I say, that OG are barreling down the middle lane. Tinker not quite there yet, but as soon as he gets wind of Miracle in the mid lane, it's time. It's time to start the March spam.
That's what Cuckoo does.
And let's see if Crit can get an arrow. If he gets an arrow here, that could straight up win the game for them.
The Radiant Vision is very, very restricted. Their Observer Ward, however, is watching Miracle go north. Looks like Miracle is going to buy up his point booster, so starting on his Ags. So they understand that both Moon and Miracle are not looking to fight. That's their only real ward. Oh, the Sunstrike! Oh, they found Tinker. Crit through the arrow. I'm not sure if it connected. I only caught the very tail end of it. Tinker gets picked up.
Ron is one of the better heroes to pick off a Tinker. You have flying vision, and you can go into trees, and you have a lot of burst. You can kill him before he ends up BOTing away, but this is the window that OG were looking for. Tinker dead without buyback for 20 seconds. How do they hold it? They do have Sunray, but... And they do have the Shadow Demon, Shadow Poison, but...
Just make more Terror Blades.
Invoker does 350 damage with an Alacrity on him right now, and he has even some added attack speed from the Swift and Zara.
Radiant structures are fortified.
That arrow, Demon saw it coming, but if his attention's focused more on Miracle and No-Tail, he may have been connected on it. And now Sam, moving forward, Tinker back up, double crush, Moon's gonna get the call off, but No-Tail burning under the Sun Ray. He'll go down so quickly. You're caught in the edge of the march too. As TNC want to move forward, hovering marches from inside the trees. Moonlight Shadow will also be committed here from OG. They just want to bail out, but after you trick a Metamorphosis, TNC will not want to stop here. They'll come for the tier 1 tower. The arrows will connect with the real Terror Blade. Defensive disruption evades all of the damage there from OG, while the stun of Crush from Solana kept Miracle out of the fight. The Solana's still in a little bit of trouble thanks to Battle Hunger. I don't know if he won't die to this. Not after his one charge triggers.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
OG at least dissuade TNC from attacking that mid tier 1.
No tail with another mistake right there. I don't think he's been playing particularly well this game. Really inefficient in his gold usage in the early game. If he had treads for that first Roshan attempt, it might even be GG by now. And then that particular fight, he has Dragonlance, but he was way in front of the Invoker in terms of the positioning from TNC. Like, they were just looking to jump him because he doesn't have the Aegis. When you don't have the Aegis and you're hitting the tower, you have to be especially judicious about when you back off. And he just let himself get initiated on by the Slaughter. You have to back off before the Invoker. If they go on Invoker, not a big deal. They can get some return kills in the meantime and then take another fight after the Aegis.
He's got the X marks the spot off. That Terrablade's coming straight back in. The arrow timing. Fly actually made it so his torrent wouldn't connect. The arrow from Crit would. And they kill off the Terrorblade. He was just trying to farm up a small camp, but what he didn't realize was he was right underneath the Dire Observer ward.
At least it wasn't the Tinker, because Tinker, he still has a long way to go. All he has is Blink, Soaring, and BOTs. He needs Aether Lens, he needs an Axe Scepter if they really want to be able to defend that T1. But right now, it's in that precarious position of only being at a quarter HP without that much in store for their defense.
TNC, if that Terrorblade was able to have just a little bit longer to farm up before OG killed him, he would actually have his full Skadi. Like, this Terrorblade is the #1 net worth in the field, and at this point could actually start kiting out the Axe. They still have a huge issue in the Invoker.
They need to kill Shadow Demon so that they can guarantee that Terrorblade's dead in the call. Demon was so quick with the disruption on that mid fight, and they had thrown like all their spells at him with the Meteor Blast.
Wondering how you still guarantee that between the SD disruption. Oh, Miracle is looking for the Sunstrike on Phoenix. Also the zoning effect that comes from the Phoenix Egg. Like, you want to kill off the Terrorblade, then Phoenix drops down the egg. You're only going to have a limited time to kill off that egg.
You have Alacrity, and the Drow Ranger should be able to hit, but it depends on what Slaughter does in the fight. And if Tinker can get off a couple of lasers or two, which is extremely difficult without the Aether. He could buy the Aether right now. He does have 2,300 gold.
That'll work. Curry needs to make a small trek for it, though. Miracle's Aegis just timed out too, so he's got an extra inventory slot after finishing up his Aghanim Scepter. And TNC, and it's a smoke maneuver. It's like they're using Cuckoo as bait. They put him on the lane visible. Crit will throw the arrow out, that reveals himself. Cuckoo still hanging around, and now, oh, Crit! He blinked in, then leaped back out. He broke the smoke so quickly. Demon is not in range to hit on Crit. The arrows and the rockets will fly. But they don't get the vision up on him.
And they drop the Sentry Ward and don't even get the D-Ward.
Sad, sad life. And they have to come back down to bottom lane. Miracle is pushing in.
What a player Crit is.
Give that man some compendium points. We increased by percentages.
They were expecting the gank from the left side. That was a little strange.
If they thought he was in the trees, either that or they're trying to move up on the left side to get around the back of him. But when OG jumped, then 3 come from the north. You're not expecting that. Potential mind game of mind game. OG, heavy group up on bottom. They don't have everybody, however. There is still the Mirana missing.
They would love to kill Tinker right now. Tinker, not playing safe, does not have buyback post Aether Lens.
It's just kind of funny. Tinker is not the one on top lane. It's Slaughter who's the one up on the top.
They don't want the Tinker to die.
I don't think they also want to fight yet. Raven's just about to buy up his Skadi, but he needs a little bit more money for that before it's going to happen. And no tell, well, we see his next item, a full Aghanim Scepter coming in on the courier. He'll drop his Ring of Aquila for it.
The backup plan to deal with the Terrorblade into the later game, because they have not been able to take down the T3 as of yet. Going to have to wait for Roshan number 3, possibly number 4, in order to start.
You're still going to need really good damage on the Drow. Like, having the split shot's really nice, but Terrorblade, once he picks up that Skadi, becomes insanely tanky.
Farming up the Maelstrom's a trivial matter this late, though, and because they have most of the map under control, so he'll have it in 5 minutes, if even 3 minutes. Well, Invoker on top lane.
And looking for that opening, Miracle runs away.
He was so patient there, Sam. He was sitting there for maybe 2 minutes, waiting for that jump on Invoker.
He was waiting when OG was still pushing the bottom lane. Crit. I swear this guy is just on like ranger duty. Try and find anyone lost in the bush. Alright, Skadi now finally flying down to the Terrorblade. Sacrificing his buyback, but he's all about being the strongest hero, if possible, in the fight. Oh, Cuckoo. So close. Moon comes in. He started the call, realized he's out of range, trying to reposition himself, and then go for a secondary call. But still missed. Slows the push on the bottom lane.
But OG have been spreading their heroes out so that they can catch a Tinker. Notice Crit's position right now. He's hiding in the trees. He's expecting a Tinker to come up in this area. You have Moon in the bottom lane, and then you have the Invoker with the Yules. If Miracle finds him alone, he's dead. If any of the other two finds him, they get an arrow or a blink call, and then a Sunstrike, and the Tinker's also dead. So the Tinker,
Downside
I'm not sure where he's supposed to farm.
Downside is like when you space yourself out like this, it's a lot easier to find just a straight up kill. And they look for Fly. The Moonlight Shadow's going to come in. The Nova, right position. You can say goodbye to the Conker. Heavy committal of abilities. But as a kill is a kill. Braver triggers the Metamorphosis, so they look towards the tier 1 tower again in the mid. This time it won't be so easy to clean up.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They fortify. Observer Ward also catching out Miracle. Sam gets up there. Amplification is there. Fuel center into the air. The arrow connects over on Cuckoo. Crush is still available. Crit going to be disrupted up, so we'll have no more influence in this game for a fraction of a second. And that's enough time. TNC to find the kill on the Invoker. Crit makes a break for the tree line. Demon looking for him, but he actually leaps up to blink down and TP out to safety.
They've been missing a lot of their spells. He missed the Crush after the Yule Scepter, and Miracle almost got away because of that.
They still find the kill. There's still no miss. OG's advantage is like through the damn roof, but
Versus the Tinker, it doesn't matter that much if you don't have a good way to break the high ground. And Invoker, not the best way to deal with that high ground push, or high ground siege rather.
OG have another Roshan available, so this is now our third Roshan. They're waiting for Invoker to be up before they take it.
Oh, he went for Hurricane Pike before the Maelstrom? That's
He did.
Interesting. Maybe you need another tool to save the Invoker. Or himself.
Okay, get some distance outside of Master of the Machines, but still be able to attack the Tinker. Get away from Phoenix Egg. If you get purged. Radiate yourself free. Alright, so let's start from Roshan. Invoker's up in 2 seconds, so he can just BT out to the lane, which is exactly what he's doing to the Saturn. So Miracle looking to pick up another Aegis. Actually triggers a drum charge just to put on the courier.
Radiant has used scan, but without a smoke in their inventories, nor one on chicken, there is no chance they get this.
Yeah, they're too late. Terrorblade Illusion also a little bit too late.
Regeneration.
So it's actually Dro Ranger who gets the Aegis Immortal. The cheese will get into the hands of Invoker. And TNC, they're moving north. They're preparing for one hero to come back and defend for OG.
Yeah, they're preparing for the hero that's trying to gank Tinker.
But no one's here. All of OG are committing again, just
all
up
about
in
mind
mid lane.
games.
They're coming down to bot.
It's mind games, Toby. Commit 2 heroes to kill Tinker. We'll commit 5 heroes to protect our Tinker. And they don't really know how many are up there. Do they want to take a kill squad? Do they want to just let Tinker farm up there possibly alone? There's a lot of unanswered questions.
Alright, with such a heavy march of the machines, you'd feel like TNC should get the better trade here.
Still no ags up on Tinker though. That's not ideal when you're trying to defend. He's still 1,000 gold short.
And until then, it's just rocket spam, march spam, keeps him back. Tier 2 tower was taken out by TNC. And half damage done to that tier 3 tower of TNC.
And half damage done to No-Tail's HP pool without any form of sustain. Aside from the mech, but I don't think you want to use mech at this point.
He just needs a little bit of time to attack so he can lifesteal. With the range attacking into the tier 3. And dropping it low, forces fortification out from TNC. And that's just rocket after rocket. Another fishing arrow. He's looking for the Tinker or a Slaughter or anyone who's over in the tree line. Prepping initiation. Defense time. Fly coming in closer, looking for a guest torrent. Onto the back, there's a Nova start with a double, triple crush in from Sam. The Nova's going to connect as well. No-Tail trying to get rid of it, but he couldn't do it in time. They move forward, TNC, trying to crush up OG, but no one's dead yet. The Sunray still in range of Fly. They'll burn the Aegis, the Immortal on the Pro Ranger, and then Miracle turns. It's combo time, and the Phoenix drops so quickly, makes the Star stop, and again another double crush, triple crush from Sam. Miracle will drop just outside of range of Martin, 20 HP, away to safety. His TNC are actually losing players. Raven wants to keep fighting. Thanks to the Sunder who was able to do so. The TP again coming back forward. Moon looking for the call. Gives him some armor protection. But this Tinker is waiting for the quick pop. Maybe a little bit too far up with a Sunstrike. Raven's gonna drop, and Cuckoo a long way from home with not many friends around. There's Demon in the tree lines, but now he's lost Cuckoo, almost dying to the bone of the EMP. Miracle will get a double kill, and TNC, well, they chased, but maybe a little too far.
They should have won that fight. They didn't have enough items there. The start of the fight was crazy. Phoenix swoops in with the Shivas. Moon almost catches him as he's returning with a swoop, and then he eggs right before the call hits. And then they're like, oh crap, we don't have call up. Moon's in a terrible position. And then as they're about to retreat, the Sauron crushes them. I think it was a 3-man crush.
It was a 3-man crush.
Yeah, and then
you got 2 3-man crushes in that fight.
Luckily for OG, they had the Aegis, and Miracle escaped with...
Oh, Slaughter! He picked him up with the Ult Step. There was a blink into a crush. Now you go again with the Shivas, but the axe culling blaze down Slaughter with that rapid fire of No-Tail. Phoenix will drop as well before the arrow from Mirana can connect. So the bottom right is gone. You got no Slaughter and Phoenix for a while. Moon jumps in, baits with the call. Miracle with a defensive wall up. They 4-staff out Moon.
Just a lot of small things that last fight too. They didn't have enough detection. Miracle was at maybe 20 HP with 1 tick of Shadow Poison on him. He didn't tick the Shadow Poison, and he also they didn't have detection, so they couldn't find him, and he ended up killing another hero after. The Tinker didn't have Aether Lens. If they had Aether Lens that fight, how many heroes would have died from OG? But everyone, you know, they've been fighting a lot without having the proper items.
Yeah, if only the Tinker had that axe you're talking about.
Yeah, and he needed to have buyback at that point, I suppose, but if they won the fight, he wouldn't have had a buyback. I don't know if he had enough gold. He would have had to sell his gold talisman, but it would have been really close.
Rough matter how you look at it. I'm seeing Raven now with a Sacred Relic.
Is it Rapier time?
I don't know if it's Rapier, if he's considering going in for a Radiance.
It's a little bit late to switch to Radiance. But
if he gets a Rapier, like,
you don't need Tinker to, or the Terrorblade to push out the lane. Maybe you do, because Tinker's been very scared of this game. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I feel about this. It's a warm, fuzzy feeling of indecision.
I like being surprised, but I don't.
I'd be much more on board with the Rapier, but Rapier's not good on Terrorblade.
Yeah. Like if it was any other hero but Terrorblade, I would probably be okay with it.
I don't know. I still don't know how I feel about it.
It's a Radiance.
Okay, Radiance is fine.
It's at least going to give him the counter push. Like, that's the upside. Mischance on the Draw Ranger, which is also nice.
Yeah. Right now, they don't counter push well without their heroes actually being a Res Demon, trying to set up a trap for Miracle. Miracle senses it coming, Ghost walks away.
He knows. There's also an Observer Ward a little bit deeper into the Dire jungle, so they can see Miracle farming. But know when he moves up and how much support he's got.
Still a pretty tense game. OG are 20,000 plus gold ahead, but they easily could have lost that last fight. Just a couple of things went wrong for TNC and not enough damage output overall, but now OG are really starting to get some heavy hitting items. Maelstrom complete on the Drow Ranger, Invoker with the Octarine ready, still one more slot left for a Refresher.
And everything's going the way of OG, but you're right, like the fact that TNC came so close to winning that bottom lane fight, it makes me question the advantage is still going to be enough for OG. Like, it's not just like just over 20k gold, they're almost racking up 35,000 experience advantage too.
Look at Cuckoo though, he's literally sitting in fountain, doing nothing. Okay, now he TP's out. He was sitting there for a good 20 seconds. I was watching him. He's like, I don't feel safe farming anywhere. I don't have buyback up, but I need more items. He needs a Dagon 5. He needs an Ethereal Blade.
Yeah, he's a long way off that.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Crit buys his own Ethereal Blade.
Yeah, what's very worse.
This is a 2-1-17 Marana.
He's ahead of Tinker by 3,000 gold as the position 4. Tinker is just way too far behind at this point. One kill in the next 2 minutes perhaps could be game over for TNC, but I doubt that Tinker will escape out of base.
Seems like everything is just on Terrorblade to do work.
Tinker. It's on Tinker, man.
Well, Terrorblade's the only one with items to actually do the work. Tinker needs the farm to.
This is your basic toolkit, though. The Aether Lens Ags is good enough. Just Aether Lens 30 minutes in for that high ground push was not enough. But Dagon's a marginal upgrade, I would say, relative to an Ags.
OG Moonlight shut it in for this. Right now, the Tinker hasn't TP'd outside of his base in the last 5 minutes.
That's safe. You don't want to die without buyback. That's the easiest way for them to lose the game right now. And yes, you might concede an Aegis and another cheese to the side of OG, but better than losing the game right there, straight up.
Actually, I should say 3 minutes, because 3 minutes ago they did try that gank on top lane. Not 5. Over-exaggeration.
OG with very great wardage around the Radiant base, covering all 3 lanes up. 2 on the high ground, 1 in the middle of the lane, and it will be a very long Roshan respawn, 2 minutes and 40 seconds. That will be more than enough time for him to farm his buyback.
Well, I'd say it's not the dream for OG, but right now they control both jungles, they control all lanes.
It's still not the dream. You're maxing out on slots pretty soon.
And what else is really left to get? Invoker can sell the Hand of Myers and buy up maybe Scythe.
Refresher. Or Scythe.
It's a refresher. Just bought the recipe for it.
Refresher's the far more common build. And Draw Ranger can still get Satanic Mjolnir. Maybe sell your Manta at some point for a MKB to deal with the Refract Laser.
This Raven just terminology himself, I believe. He's trying to hit level 16.
He's not 16 yet?
No, he's not.
This is one of the downsides with the Radiance build, and it's also a downside of losing most team fights. Only one hero is level 16, and that is the Phoenix with the Hand of Midas.
They're coming out for a kill. Moon's so close, they're going to Moonlight Shadow. TNC believe OG's doing Roshan. That has to be this movement. Sunstrike will come in, Roshan won't be revealed, Demon Smoke doesn't break, but they're going to find someone else. They find Crit. The Sentry Ward was there, but Crit wasn't even properly in range.
They need a gem.
Oh, the blink, the jump, he gets a crush, but then the call! Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Slaughtering a little bit too deep. And Demon's going to get X marks as well. He's going to get torrented, he's going to get shipped. The arrow from Crit, perfect timing. Moon can dunk him down, a double kill for this Axe. Oh, TNC had to try something.
That was unexpected, though. You don't expect that coming out from TNC if you're OG. Like, they covered their bases by Sunstriking and a Roche, but you see all 5 heroes gone. Are they really going to fight outside the base? That's not Tinker's strength. His buyback was off cooldown, so maybe they expected it with the timing of the 7 minutes. However, like, they're 25, 30,000 gold in the hole right now, and making an aggressive maneuver like that before the next Roche instead of playing at high ground, safe and sound with the Tinker 4 rockets. That's what I didn't see it coming in TNC, but OG, and they're far enough ahead that Crit can solo most of the TNC heroes.
That's a sad statement right there. If you're a TNC fan, in comes TNC. I say out goes TNC. Moon getting perched up. Tinker gonna TP himself to the front creep wave. Okay, maybe not. Almost indecision from both sides. Do we want to go? Don't find the right opportunity for OG. And TNC doesn't need to force the issue.
They were trying to do the unexpected play too, of not taking down the Roche. Roche wasn't up at that time, but now it will be.
Yeah, it's max time as well for Roshan, so they know he's there. Even without looking in.
TNC perhaps thinking about going towards the Roshan pit, but they don't have a smoke this time. And OG do have several wards, and they still do not have a gem. Demon has chosen to invest in sentry wards instead, which is lackluster. Oh, they do have smoke?
Yeah, they have a smoke.
Okay, I didn't see it.
but they're too late. Roshan's dying way too quick. OG's got so much money. The Dire scan on the side. Sam's on his way, but Roshan's down. Now TNC. The choice is there. Do you want to try and find Blink Rush? They close the range on Notel, but Crit with the E-Blade almost killing off Sam. The Nova in a great position on the hillside, but they both just forced up out. Moon, is he locked in the tree line there? Yep. He may not have an easy way out. He starts his own TP. Does not want to wait even for Blink Dagger to come off cooldown. As OG. Disruption just on Raven. From the greatest time in the world, Moon looking to flank around from the side, get a blink call if possible. And he's going to find one, but doesn't actually get the proper call. Slaughter pushed himself away with the blink dagger just fast enough that Moon will go down. Tinker's the man to find that kill, but they're looking for more. Miracle comes on out the big deafening blast, the double deafening blast. Thunder will save Raven, but it won't save the rest of his team. Yule Scepter spinning him round. He'll just keep hitting up. Is he ever going to hit the ground right now? The Skydiver Raven will finally drop. A double for Crit, a triple for Miracle. And that should almost be the game right there. With no Terrorblade, you can bring back the Tinker. But OG's just got such a huge arsenal.
Yeah, and most of the spells are already on cooldown right now. Miracle wants to throw another volley with the Blink Yules. He could, but he has to blink into the mark right now.
He just goes for the tier 3 tower mid instead. Crit's finding the damage which this Tinker is meant to have.
Oh, and they've already blown a clip. This is before Drought Archer.
Oh, Miracle! He just got them both with a tornado! The Icarus dive of Phoenix being cancelled by Miracle. Puts down the cold wall. He's going for more. He just... Okay, Miracle, maybe a little too deep. Little too deep. Yule steps her up. He'll hit the ground looking for a blink away. Phoenix will get the kill. Almost 1,500 for the death of Miracle. And this will stop the OG push.
Still got a melee Rex.
Do they keep going?
I don't know why Jar didn't use her aura right there. They had the Force Spirits out. That would have maybe even gotten down the range Rex at that point.
Oh, Sam. 5-second arrow. Crit can just E-Blade Dagon him. Defensive disruption from Demon will save. Crit leaps himself away to safety. Also realized that Dagon's on the Mirana while he's carrying the Aegis the Immortal. 4-star from Cuckoo, keeping up with Crit. More rockets fly, however. Now X marks spot, Torrent, ship, Cuckoo's land. So is the Phoenix. Again, getting caught mid-Icarus. Has to trigger the Nova, but there is very little way this thing actually will. They don't have enough by the two of them. They can't finish the job. The crush all of the Sun Rays. They'll burn the Aegis Immortal on Crit. Turning over to Fly. Is there an extra bash to cancel the torrent? Not the time. And then the Starfall. That'll explode the Slaughter. Crit practically core going against the Phoenix. 2 attacks and there it is. Crit, he is a 6-1-20 support Mirana.
That's some fantasy points.
That is my fantasy points. And OG can try and come and finish this game now. Tier 4 towers to be beaten down with both Miracle and Notel up, and 4 heroes from TNC without buyback, and even then they catch out Raven. Tries to break free with the Manta, but he is being chased by everybody. Sunder onto Notel, but it won't matter with Ship, Torrent flying in. Everything's a little bit out of combo, but it won't matter when Miracle's still got so many things up his sleeve. GG, game number 1 goes the way of OG.
Very patient play coming out from OG this game. However, still some major slip-ups trying to go for that mid push, trying to go for that first Roshan that really delayed their overall game plan of ending the game early with the Drow Ranger before Tinker